So now that I have the glass, I'm gonna look for the glazing. So the glazing is, they can sell it in some sort of paste or Play-Doh type of thing, or they can sell it in tubes. But I think they are actually on the other side of these aisles where the rest of the thing is. So you have the three elements again: the glass, the glazing, and the pin supports, or the glass pins that they're called. So I think I'm fine right here. Let me see. Bear with me, I got him. Okay, so let me just get this thing here. Here is the glazing. So this is it. We're gonna use it just like with a caulking gun, and it'll be fun to fix. So here's what we're looking for. These are called glacier points, or pins, or glass pins, or whatever they want to call them. But what you do is that you press this against the wood frame, and after that what you do is just coat it with the glazing. So let's go ahead and get them and work with them now. In this case, if you need to remove the panel, you can actually do it. Normally you will not have this opportunity, so you will do it right on the spot wherever the window is. But in this case, we can see this is the one that is missing the glass. We have the glass in the other ones, but the glazing is actually coming out in all of it. So I'm going to use this this flat screwdriver, this 1-inch spatula, a knife, and obviously the other things that I have. Besides that, because this is fairly deteriorated, I'm going to do some sanding, I'm going to do some painting, and so that's why and the primer that I'm going to use, let me show you. The primer that I'm going to use is this type of primer. Okay, so that will help us to prevent any more damage, and after that I'm going to put the exterior paint. So let's go ahead and start with the cleaning and the sanding of all these things and the installation of the glass. So now the time to install the glass. I have the glass here. The situation is that once you're going to put these pins, I remove all the loose glazing, and these little things are really good. You use a spatula and you push it in, but sometimes they're really hard and they break, or you can actually break your glass. So what I recommend is to actually make 4 incisions about a little more than 1/8 of an inch high, depending on how thick is your glass. In this case, it's 1/8 of an inch. So you go ahead and do that in the 4th places. If you have a larger place, maybe like every about 10 inches you put one, so it gets nice support, and that's it. Then later on you just put your pins with a spatula. I'll show you in a moment. That way you avoid any type of cracks on your glass or whatever, if it tends to be too hard to put without those incisions. Now that you have your pins set and your glasses in place, we're gonna do something that I did over here already with the glazing. So here it is again. Here's the window glazing. This piece comes with like an angle funnel, I guess, or applicator. And what you want to do is you want to use the width that is more appropriate for your glass or your frame. In this case, I'm going to use it sideways, since sometimes the thicker part of it, let me see, the thicker part of it will be too much. So I'm going to use it sideways, just like I did there, and I'm going to make some corrections with the 1-inch spatula that I have. If you notice, sometimes you have a little excess around, and the idea is that once you finish painting it, you can correct it with a small razor, like a razor blade, or a utility blade, and that will help you out. Also notice that I'm placing it in the other ones after I remove all the old glazing. So we want to make sure that now that we're working on it, we leave it as good as possible so it can last for many more years. So let's Now you can see the final result. Remember that was kind of old and and damaged and all the stuff. So you know, I went ahead and painted it a few times with the finished paint. In this case, so like a white, almost white that I'm using. But the important thing is when you're installing the glazing, you want to make sure that you pretty much finish one of the squares first, or the panels first. Then you continue with the next one, so your glazing will not dry too quick on you, especially if you're in, now we're in winter, but if it comes the time of, you know, summertime, it's better to work in one, polish that one, or, you know, finish it as good as possible, and then let it dry, and later on just correct the width if you want. And the same thing with the paint. You paint a little over, you just want to squirt those things out with a razor blade, and that's it. What else can I say? Don't forget to put make the little incisions before you put the glass panel, with a knife, so you don't have that much complications putting the pin down. You don't get frustrated, maybe cracking the next panel or something like that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video will kind of give you a simple idea of how to replace those old panels, or, you know, the missing panels. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you are, thank you as always. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.